Hello, good afternoon, and a very warm welcome everyone to day 9 of LDC ADST preparation. And this is Prashant Goklani, and today we are going to continue with the solutions of 2009 LDC ADST paper from Western Railways. This is part 5 of the solutions. I hope you all are enjoying this particular lecture series, and if you are doing so, please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and share it with your friends so that it can help them in their preparation as well, right? So let's go to the question slide first of all. So here I have kept the question paper PDF. I'll just open it, this PDF once again. So we were discussing question 2. What are the rules for passing automatic signal at danger, stop signal at danger, warner or distant at on, and advanced starter at danger? Already completed the first question, that is automatic signal at danger, from the GRSR rules, and the remaining 3 we'll discuss them today. This question carries 10 marks, and that's all that you need to know about the question. Let's move to the solution now, right? So just a second, I'll go to the slideshow. Yeah, so here it is. So this was a basic compilation of all the important GRSR rules which are related to this particular question. Very important for all of you to code these particular GRSR rules when you are writing the answer for this particular question, because it makes a huge impact on the examiner when you code these rules. So very important. You can take a screenshot of this again if you want to, and I'll just move on to the GRSR PDF first of all. I had also attached the PDF of updated GRSR in my last video, so you all can download the updated GRSR from there, from the description of last video. I'll open my soft copy and we will just refer to the pages that I have quoted in these uh, particular particular slides, right? So stop signal at danger. When we have to pass a stop signal at danger, what are the rules that need to be followed? And so this is from G&SR, that is General and Subsidiary Rules, Chapter 3, Signals, and 3.80 describes about duties of loco pilot when an approach stop signal is on or defective. And duties of loco pilot, 3.81 talks about duties of loco pilot when a departure stop signal is on or defective, right? So we'll talk about both these clauses. So let's move to the PDF. Just a second. So okay, so here the page number was 118, so I'll just go to page number 118, and here is duties of a loco pilot when stop signal is on or defective. So what does the loco pilot need to do in this particular scenario when the approach stop signal is on? So the loco pilot of a train shall not pass an outer, a home, or a routing signal that refers to him when it is on or defective, right? So when an approach signal like outer, home, or a routing signal that refers to him, if it is on or defective, he should not pass it unless and until he has at previous station received in writing specifying that the signal is out of order, and unless he also receives a proceed hand signal from a railway servant in uniform at the foot of such signal, right? He should have received what? A notice in writing that the signal is out of order. First requirement is this, and the second requirement is, in addition to this, he should also receive a proceed hand signal from a railway servant in uniform at the foot of such signal. Both the conditions are required. The second thing is, after coming to a stand, he is either given a written authority by the station master to proceed past such signal, or is authorized by a calling on signal in the off position, or is authorized by the station master over the signal post telephone in accordance with special instructions. Okay, so after he comes to the stand, after he comes to stand at the foot of the signal, then what can be the possible cases? he can either receive a written authority from the station master. The loco pilot can receive a written authority from the station master to proceed past the signal. That can be a possibility. Or the station master can give the calling on signal and dispatch the particular train. That can be another case. And the last case can also be this, where the station master over the signal post telephone can give the instructions to the loco pilot in accordance with the special instructions. So these three can be the possibilities as well. Okay? Then only in these cases the loco pilot can proceed. The second part of section 3.80 talks about the loco pilot of a train while passing an outer a home or a routing signal, when it is on or defective, shall ensure that the speed of the train does not exceed 15 km per hour. First of all, the first section, the first point talked about he should not pass unless the following conditions are met, right? What were the conditions? We had talked about that previous station must have already informed that the signal, that a particular signal is out of order, and he should have given a written authority. In addition to it, there should be a proceed hand signal. That was the first condition that can be fulfilled. Otherwise, when he comes to stand at this on or defective signal, he can get a written authority from the station master, or the station master can get the calling on, give the calling on signal, or station master can inform the loco pilot over the telephone in accordance with the special instructions. So that was the first part, which talked about what are the conditions required for the loco pilot to proceed to pass this on or defective signal. But the second part or the second point talks about after passing this signal, what are the things that he need to ensure. So the loco pilot of a train while passing an outer or a home or a routing signal while it is on or defective shall ensure that the speed of the train does not exceed 15 kilometers per hour. So when he passes this particular signal which is on or defective, he should maintain a speed not more than 15 kilometers an hour. So that is one of the things. And the other thing is duties of a loco pilot. So 3.80 talked about duties of loco pilot when a approach stop signal is on. Now duties of a loco pilot when departure stop signal is on or defective. Now we'll talk about this. So the loco pilot of a train shall not pass a departure stop signal that refers to him when it is on or defective unless his train has been brought to a stop at the station where the defective signal is situated or he is authorized to do so. So how he should be authorized to do so? By a written permission from the station master. In addition, in case of the starter or advanced starter protecting points, he shall not pass such signals when on or defective unless he also receives a hand signal from a duly authorized member of the station staff posted at the signal. So first, he should get a written permission from the station master, but in case it's a starter or an advanced starter, then he should also receive a proceed hand signal from the authorized member in uniform. The second thing is by taking off the calling on signal if provided under approved special instructions. And in the case of last stop signal, he shall not pass such signal when on or defective unless he is also in possession of a proper authority to proceed under the system of working. So there is a particular addition when it comes to last stop signal, that when the last stop signal is on, he shall not pass such signal unless he is also in possession of a proper authority to proceed. So these are all the things which are required to be known to pass a stop signal, or rules for passing a stop signal. I hope you all found this useful. I would be able to cover only till this second case or second question in this particular lecture. So thank you so much for your time. This is Prashant Goklani signing off. You can contact me on my email ID pgoklani199292@gmail.com. Have a great day.